happening, everybody? It's your boy Keenan. Welcome to today's second vlog. Sorry for what you saw with the previous video. It got cut off, but I decided just to continue where I was at. I was talking about the week 8 of the college football season, heading over to Saturday night's matchup, going back to the in-state rivalry between Duke and North Carolina. North Carolina ended up losing, barely losing by 3 points, 33-30. That was a big showdown. North Carolina was actually down for most of the game, but they ended up pulling off a good comeback, but not enough to beat the Blue Devils. Blue Devils still have one loss in the season thus far in ACC play. They can still make it to the ACC championship. Highly doubt it, but I have to give kudos to Coach Dave Cutcliffe. Ended up reviving this team, and this team is having a great season. David Cutcliffe could be on the coaches list for replacement coaches coming over to the 2013 season. Heading into the staying in the ACC, Florida State and Miami had a good matchup. Florida State ended up winning 33-20, but they suffered a huge loss. And running back Chris Thompson, he will be out for the remainder of the season. He injured his knee, and this is a sad story for him. Nobody thought he was going to come back because of his back injury a couple years back, but he ended up making this good comeback, leading the team in rushing. But now suffering this knee injury, he will be out for the remainder of the season, and this is going to be a tough break for him. But I'm going to keep an eye on him as a good scat back like Darren Sproles for the 2013 NFL Draft. Next game we need to talk about, so proud of my Texas Longhorns, number 25th ranked team in the nation, beating Baylor 56-50. That defense is still horrendous for my Longhorns, but that offense ended up pulling everything together, carrying this team. Joe Bergeron rushed for over 100 yards, leading this team in rushing. He had a good game. David Ash had a decent rebound game from the last week's big upset, big loss to OU, Oklahoma, but he ended up rebounding just a little bit. He didn't have a big game, passed for over 200 yards in that matchup. Now, headed back to the Big Ten Conference, between the big game between Penn State and Iowa. I'm really proud of Coach Bill O'Brien, keeping this team undefeated in Big Ten play, beating the Iowa Hawkeyes, giving them their first Big Ten loss, 38-14. They had a good defensive showdown. Matt McGloin leading that offense. They still only have 2 losses in the season, the first 2 games of the season with those 2 losses, but they remain undefeated for the remainder of the games. And this team, coached by Bill O'Brien, I have to give them a lot of props. They get a lot of respect for this team, keeping everything together, getting rebounding from the first couple of losses, and trying to redeem the school overall at Penn State. Even though they're not going to be able to play for a Big Ten championship, they're having a great season, and they're still looking forward to upsetting other Big Ten teams in this conference. And last but not least, going back to the Pac-12 conference, number 8 Oregon State beat Utah 21-7. I said before, Utah has a good defense, but I do like Oregon State's defense led by Jordan Pryor. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him and my watch list for this year's Heisman. On the defensive side, he's a good cornerback, and he was underrated. And I didn't even mention this guy in my preview for the Pac-12 conference. He's having a big game, and I'm going to keep an eye on him for the 2013 NFL Draft. He's going to be on my watch list. I have to watch out for more video because I didn't get too much. He didn't get too much notoriety coming into the season because he did play for Oregon State, who is ranked 8th in the nation, surprising everybody and staying undefeated. And I think he's having a big year, and so for Oregon State. And I think that Civil War matchup between them and in-state rival Oregon, that's going to be the difference maker, who will win that division of the Pac-12 conference, and see who will play for the Pac-12 championship. Talk about the North Division. That's going to be a great game, but we still have plenty of games left in this season. Now, next I'm going to catch you guys is on Wednesday for week 9 of the college football season. I'm going to give you all my key matches as well as my projections. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching today's vlog from Franchise Sports Talk. I'm your man, Keenan McCall. Be easy.